It's good to have you on today for the first time on our Zoom calls. It's usually just me and Emma Lou, but today we're going to be chatting to you as the newest educator in the green and gold family. So I can't wait for everybody to
Sorry.
hear from you
Yeah.
and
Like,
see what you're about and for you to talk about your sugaring journey, if that's okay.
yeah, perfect. I would love to share it. I love talking about sugar, and so off you go. Any
Fabulous.
questions?
Okay, so my first question to you would be, where did it all start? How did you hear about sugaring?
Believe it or not, it was COVID. It was the first year in COVID when we were all locked down and we weren't allowed to open. I came back in and it was, you had to be distant from your other clientele. But clients are coming in and their skin was getting very agitated, very red, very bruised. And I was very confused. And I was like, well, we've used this all the time. You've had your patch test last week, as we patch tested when we did close down for like 4 or 6 weeks. Um, and I realized it was actually clients were buying a lot of product online that had vitamin A's in them, vitamin C's, retinoids. They were just buying these random stuff from influencers, and it was affecting the way they waxed, the way we waxed their skin. So they were becoming very sensitized, very, very sensitized. They felt the pull. It just wasn't a very pleasant experience to be a waxer, knowing that your client's on the bed and they're struggling, you know? I had spoken to my boss at the time and I had said to her, we need to find a better solution because this is not good. This is not good for anybody. I don't like clients feeling this way. And at the time, my boss was like, oh, it's fine. Like, just, just take it easy with them and, go a little bit slower. But I just didn't like a full stop. So I went looking myself and I looked under natural hair removal and on YouTube. And I was like, oh, what is this concoction? And I was like, oh, I like. And literally from that first YouTube video, I was obsessed. I was like, oh my God, what is this? I wanted it now. I wanted to try it. I wanted to train in it. Of course, it wasn't very well known. And I had to had to Google where I could train. And because I'm Dublin, I had to travel to Drogheda to Michelle in Drogheda, and she trained me. But oh my God, I just can't get over how good it is for the skin. There is never a burn. There is never a problem. Okay, it will be a little bit spicy because that's my word, the spice, because you are removing the hair. Do you know what I mean? But it's more manageable. It doesn't, like, clients don't get, when you're doing a hot wax and they feel it on the skin, they kind of jump. Well, they don't have that with sugar in. It's like, oh my God, what is this? And I'm like, oh, this is the sugar. And they're like, ooh, I'm gonna tell my friends. I'm like, okay. But yeah, so since then went up, got trained. I had left that job in the meantime, and then I went into laser. So yeah, I've kind of been around a little bit. Loved laser, but I was just so besotted with sugar that I wanted to scream it from the rooftop. And when you're working in laser, you can't use sugar. So yeah, I ended up taking the plunge, and I'm open 2 years last week. And I actually love every second of coming into my job. I love all the clients' recommendations. I absolutely love the reviews. Um, and I love the way they feel and their skin feels. Like, not even like them, like, being, oh my God, thank you. No, I'm more interested in how they feel after it, more interested how they feel while on the bed. My my business is not very, I don't shut up. I like to talk. My clients like to talk. If you're quite nervous on the bed, that kind of just goes. You see, again, I just keep on talking because I just love sugar. Like, I really do.
It is
I
addictive
yeah.
in more ways than one, isn't it? It
Oh my
really gets you
God.
hooked. Everybody says the same thing. Like you start sugaring and you can't give it up. It is
No.
addictive. Like the whole getting used to having that sugar in
Yeah.
your hand and you could do it in your sleep. Yeah, it
Oh
really
my
reels
God.
you in and keeps
Yeah.
you there.
If you want it and you are really dead set for bringing something better into your salon, or if you want to go solo, sugaring's the way to go.
Yeah.
It is amazing. It is absolutely incredible. Yeah, I do be like, I pull out, flick it away from the client, and I bring it up to the light and I'm like, oh my God, look at that. And the client's like, what the hell? And I'm like, well, it's gorgeous, isn't it? Show
Your
them and they're like,
Instagram is fantastic for that as well. I
yeah,
love how you get the close-ups of the bulbs, and
yeah,
you can
I
see that it's
love
been
it.
extracted right at the root. And like you've just said, clients, the service sells itself, because once you've experienced sugaring, especially, when you've compared it to wax, and waxing's great, but sugaring's
Yeah,
better, I always say. It just is. And you and I know, because we've
yeah,
both waxed as well, we
God,
can vouch for
yeah.
that. And clients, they'll literally go and tell
Oh
their
my
friends,
God,
like, I've been
yeah.
and had this thing done, it's sugaring, what's that? And it
Yeah,
just spreads like wildfire.
it's now, don't get me wrong, Irish people are always a little bit, oh, what is that? And they'll kind of investigate it for a while before they actually take the plunge, but they always regret waiting. They always regret not taking the plunge when they're first told about it. And my business actually is doing extremely well after 2 years. I'm like, oh my God, do I need to pinch myself a lot of the time? And it's all because of the sugaring. I just can't get over it. I can't get over how smooth your skin is after a session, the way it's not that prickly kind of feeling you would get after a wax. It's
Yeah.
so smooth.
Mm.
It's so clean. There's no wax residue. It's just, yeah, I absolutely love it. For three ingredients to take away hair and slightly exfoliate your skin. I mean, like, what more would you want? Like, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Absolutely.
no negatives to it, is there? I
No.
always say the only, perhaps, if I had to, because I'm always open and transparent about these things,
Yeah.
compared to waxing, it is more of a, I don't want to say more of a skill, because that downplays
It is a
waxing, but
skill.
there's just
Mhm.
an art to it, and you've got to master it. And that
Yeah.
takes a little bit longer to master than it does the skill of waxing.
Yeah.
And getting used to temperatures and which consistency of paste you need, it's a little bit more involved, and there's a bit more of a thought process behind it. So that's perhaps the only thing that takes a transition, going from waxing to
Mhm.
sugaring. But from a client's perspective, there's no
No.
negatives. There are no
No.
negatives. It's better for the skin. It's better for the environment. They're not gonna,
Mhm.
I always say this skin looks like they've not had anything done. It's just that all the hair's gone. Whereas when you
Yeah.
wax somebody, there's redness there, and you
Oh,
can't,
yeah. Oh,
you've
yeah.
extracted hair, and you've had
Yeah.
hot wax on there as
Mhm.
well. From a client's point of view, there's absolutely no negatives to sugaring
No, and
whatsoever.
to be honest, I'm going to say, from a sugarist point of view, if you can master that flick, if you can master the grab, if you can master taking it out of the pot, there is no negatives. It
Mm,
takes a little minute just to learn it, but if you really want to and you learn it, you will never look back. You will never want for anything more. You just will love it even more than, oh my God, anything you've ever tried in your life. I've been there, so I do know. I have been at a pot and I've literally took it, being nervous with two fingers, and I'm like, what am I going to do with this? And then learning with the two fingers and just bringing it around and around and around a littlest bit. And now, like at this stage, my whole hand goes into the pot and I'm like, ooh, yeah,
yeah.
okay, let's go. Do you know what I mean? So you
Yeah,
go
those
from
big strips.
literally,
We like the
yeah,
big strips.
I do. I love a big strip now. I really do. But it's control, it's relaxed, it's like you're always checking temperature with a wax. You're always mindful of a client. You're also, now don't get me wrong, I'm mindful of clients, but nothing can go wrong on a client if you do the sugaring properly. If you do that flick with ease, if you don't tense your hand, it's like music though. I know that sounds really, really silly, but it is. It just flows. It literally just flows. And I absolutely love it now, I have to say. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
See, told you.
I don't
I'm
even have to
shocked.
ask you any questions. I had about
Yeah.
5 questions here, and you've just gone through them all. I love it. I love it, love it, love it.
But that just goes to show now I'm so happy that I got trained in sugaring. And I want the world to know, and I want the world to train. And it's not because, oh my God, how many waxers are out there in Ireland? There's thousands and thousands of waxers in Ireland. I could probably say there's maybe including the country and up the north, I'd say maybe there probably be about 50 sugarists. There is a lot out there that there could be six in every county, there could be 12 in every county. When you find your clientele, they won't move. They will come,
Mm,
they will follow you. I have people that come from the opposite side of the Phoenix Park, and I'm in Walkinstown. I have people that travel to me from Malahide. I mean, like, I'm in awe of the travel that they do, but also very blessed that they know about me and they like me as a therapist, like, but yeah, I do.
yeah, it's
Very,
true. But
very
they
much.
will follow, yeah, they will follow
Yeah.
you. And rather than go and use hair removal cream or get waxed or go back to shaving, ooh,
Yeah, no.
they'll travel. People will definitely travel. And it's a great time to get into sugaring. I think
Yeah.
there's people that might be frightened because it's not that well known. They're like, will
Mhm.
it take off? Be the pioneer, be the
Oh yeah,
trailblazer, because if you get in there first and you're known for it, you'll get your name known,
that's it.
and people will come to you, and then others will follow. But yeah,
Yeah.
now's the time to do it. Yeah, because like you said, there's room for a lot of sugaries in each town as well, and there's loads of
A
waxers,
lot of
loads of
room.
hairdressers, nail techs, lash artists. There can
Yeah,
be several sugarers as well, and there's more than enough business.
there is more, if not too much business out there, and there's not enough of us.
Mm.
Especially with the way I think the world is going with biodegradable, eco-friendly, water soluble. Sugar does all that. You can wipe it away with warm water and it's gone if it goes on an area you don't want it to go on. Biodegradable, eco-friendly, it's all good for the environment, not less waste. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing that's not going to benefit you taking it into your business, because everybody is more cautious about what they put on their body now, especially the younger version of people. And even the older ones are kind of, and I say it in the nicest way, like, but they are copping on. They don't want, you know, resins on their body. They don't want really bad ingredients going on their body just to remove hair. I mean, like, yeah, I just, yeah, I just go into a little trance when I'm talking
Yeah.
about it. I'm like, yeah, I just love it.
It
Absolutely.
is amazing. Do you
Very.
know, something's just popped into my head what you were saying there about it being biodegradable and waste and things like that. I keep, I would love to see a sugarer's bin liner afterwards, because I know
So,
when I was waxing, it was full of wax, which goes to landfill. It
mhm,
doesn't degrade. The strips, not
yeah,
degrade, all the sticks, you would use a lot of
yeah,
product and everything just goes in the bin. With sugaring, like, there'd just be your gloves, which are biodegradable, maybe a
yeah.
couple of sticks that you use throughout the day, and sugar. And like there was about
Mhm.
this much in the bottom of a bin from a
Not
full
it.
day of sugar. And
Yeah,
like if the waste is as small as we can get it, kind of thing.
like I literally have like a very, very small bin, and that very small bin lasts me for a whole day of sugaring because it's literally nothing in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think, yeah, incredible. Absolutely incredible.
So, on that note,
Yeah.
it's just occurred to me, if you can let everybody know exactly whereabouts you're situated,
Mhm.
your business, and excitingly, your availability now as an educator, if anybody is thinking about learning how to sugar.
I actually can't remember the dates, but we'll just go with them. But I'm actually on in Walkinstown. Walkinstown is in Dublin 12. It's on Cromwellsford Beachfield Avenue, because it's on Cromwellsford Avenue as well. There is a lot of us in the one, it's style room, so there's a lot of us in this salon based, but we all rent rooms and we all rent areas. So I'm here. I'm just up from the Ashleaf shopping centre. So like it's very easy to get to M50 straight down the road. Like you can't miss me. I'm quite visible. My dates for training here will be I'm going to take my first one, fingers across on the 30th of March. And then I have 3 dates in April as well that are available. The only date that won't be available will be Easter in April. So I am waiting for you to knock at the door because I will open my arms and say welcome. Yes, I'm dying to teach people. I'm dying to get people in. I'm dying to see how passionate people can become literally from the first hour of sugaring. And you do know. It takes a while to get there, master your skill, but when you know, because I knew very quickly as well how much I loved it.
Yeah.
It is a full day of training and it is practical all day with me. You can learn your theory online with Emma on the app, which we love. And yeah, so have your questions if you have any when I'm here. But it will be theory all day. You'll be working on yourselves, and I will get some models in as well to help us, different people, different hair types. So that will be a good thing for us on the day. Yeah.
Great.
I'm
And
really looking
from
forward to
memory, I think your first classes are going to be like the conversion type classes. So
it.
going from qualified
Yeah.
waxers who are
Yeah.
currently waxing, you will show them how to sugar. So they've got some prior knowledge of hair removal, anatomy and physiology, skin,
Yeah.
hair growth cycles, all of that stuff, which is included in our course as well.
Yeah.
But the 1 day in-person course is aimed at people who are already waxing. So they're the dates that we've got available for you now. Your dates are on the website, but
Yeah.
for anyone that wants to inquire, you can get in touch with Green and Gold Sugar on the Instagram page, via email, hello@greenandgoldsugar.co.uk. You can drop a message to Sabrina and she'll give you the information
Yeah.
that you need, including dates, prices, etc. And both of us are open to messages if anybody has any questions whatsoever. If you want to hop on the phone to have a chat about anything for either myself or Sabrina, to find out more about the course or just to find out if it's right for you, then I'll speak for you, hey, Sabrina.
Yeah. Thank
But
you.
I think we're both up for that. We love, well,
Yeah.
as anyone can see, we love talking about sugaring. So yeah, get in
Yes, we
touch.
do. Yeah. So yeah, once you start us, we can't stop. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's definitely, I have already sent a few over to Emma, and then we're gonna hopefully get more. And see how it goes then. Really looking forward to training people. Really looking forward to getting the sugaring name out there. Really looking forward to getting green and gold product out there. Yeah, I think this year is gonna be really, really positive, really good. I'm dying for it now. I really am. They say this month is the month that it really starts for everybody. So yeah, so bring it
Well, that's
on.
a point actually, because coming up to Easter
Yeah,
for me, when I was working full time in the salon, from Easter onwards used to be the busy time for sugar, and it would just build towards summer. Summer was
yeah.
insane. It was busy all year round, don't get me wrong,
Mhm.
but it has like the little
Yeah,
peaks and troughs where you're a little
it
bit
does. Yeah.
quieter and you can take your foot off the gas a little bit. But it's
Mhm.
an excellent time to start now, in time for summer, to be fully qualified sugarer, to, just boost your income, because you can charge a little bit more for sugaring. And I'm going to go off in a different direction, so I'm going to
Yeah.
stop
See,
myself there. I
we
need to
do that all
stop.
the time. I think I did it at the beginning. Can't help it. Once we just get going, yeah. We should never be in a room together because we'd be in the corner chit-chatting all day and all night. We
Yeah.
would know.
Oh,
Um,
well, thanks for today, Sabrina. I appreciate that.
anytime, anytime. Anyone has any questions, you know where I am. I'd be happy to answer them.
Awesome. We'll catch up again soon.
Yeah.